And we're back with some more X4. And we're going to finish off the Paranid unification and send them off to a war plot. It's got to be done. I have finished our briefing for the next quest, and it's worse than I thought. So, the first one up is Unfolded Potential. Basically, we need a bunch of scientific devices for our fishy friend so that he can defrost the Paranid leader larvae thing. So, micro gimbals, remote detonators, sedatives, and space flights. We find those lying around space. Don't care. We have like bajillions of them. However, the Banadite crystals, it seems you get those from mining, and eventually they'll just drop, or you find them, and we'll go look for them later. I'm in a billion. You want a billion credits with a B. Ooh. Then we've got the Supreme Interior Design. Basically, that big building we built for the Paranid. Yeah, they want us to stock it up with a bunch of goods. And because they like threes, everything is going to be three or a multiple of three. They want 3,333 units of advanced electronics. Yeah, and this has to be manually delivered. I've just checked. So if we go over to where they want it. Aha, the Sacrosanct Conclave. Let's just take this guy here and hit trade with. You can see all of the stuff they want. Problem. We can't just assign out some traders to this and get it to pull in the resources for it. So we can right click this, but we can't actually go assign some traders to go and get the objects. We have to literally go out, get all of the necessary resources, and deliver them manually. So, to speed this along, I've built 10 Herons. The Heron Class E is the largest cargo ship you can possibly make. It has a cargo capacity of, I think it's 52, 62? 62,000. So it is the largest one. It's also incredibly slow, but we don't care. So we're going to use this to manually move all the resources. Thankfully, we do have in Argon Prime a mix everything building over here. So between that, we should get most of it. The only problem is really going to be the snails. Sorry, the soja husk. Yeah, they're vegetarians or vegans from eat soy food, so whatever. So we got to get them 66,666 units of soja husk. That is going to be the hard part. Maja dust might be a little difficult as well, and space fuel, we don't produce that either, but we should be able to get those. 33,333 medical supplies. We just have a quick check over in the food buffet. In storage, we have 711,000. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we got that covered. Okay, give me a few hours here. This is going to take a lot of transports. Okay, this turned out to be less painful than I thought. It turns out this many Heron-E's will almost completely cover all of the resource requirements. The only thing we were short was about 4,000 soja husk or whatever. So basically just this. If we go to trade offers with this now, you'll see that the only thing left is the 4,666 soja husk. All the rest, you'll see the hourglass. That means it's a Huron on the way with the goods. We even split them up a bit. Some of them are carrying double cargoes because they're going to go on multiple trips, or they're going to grab resources from one station, then resources from another, or two resources from a single station. But that's it. Assuming all of them make it there alive. The problem is, well, the space fuel and the Maja dust. I believe that stuff is illegal. So hopefully that ship doesn't get, nicked on the way here. But the last one's actually been brought in by our Earl King because, well, we ran out of cargo ships of the Huron-E's, and the Earl King can go it's got a giant-sized cargo bay, it can take care of that. Only we could make more Earl Kings. While all of that transportation is going on, I'm trying to find Bandanite crystals, and I think these are them? I don't know if it's enough of them, but we'll find out in a minute. What are you? Oh, melanine. Damn it. Hey, well. We'll just keep going, I suppose. My understanding is that the Bandanite crystals should be pretty common, right? Please be the right crystals. Yay, we got one. How many are we going to get? And how many more are we going to have to find? That's 9? When you get 9 from... Yeah, give me a little bit more time here. Ooh, that's 2 purple glowy things. Like there's one over there. Bandanite. And that one over there. Well, we'll find out in a second. You, please. Like this could hopefully be the end of this quest. Come on. What do you got for me? Nice. 21. Excellent. Well, I'm going to grab these just in case. I mean, they're right there. I think we're good. Now, for anyone who's wondering, I am in second contact. This place is second contact to Flashpoint. It's a great mining location. Also, well, if it's a great mining location, you can go here to find crystals and lodestones and any type of mining related stuff, spacefly eggs even. Though honestly, they're so rare drops now, it's not worth the effort. Over here, unfortunately, we built our food buffet here. It's a very nice centralized location. It's got a lot of mining for ice and things nearby. And this food buffet is just churning out all the food for the local area. Unfortunately, it's absolutely enormous. And you can see the area around here, it's just covered in ships. This place is absolutely swarmed, which is why the frames might be making a few people nauseous right now. I apologize for that. Anyway, we finally got this bandonite crystal for this guy. Yes, we will deliver. All matching items, please. Fund both. Fine. Have $1 billion with a B. Excellent. That's great. So is that it? Are we done? Oh, we're still waiting on the Maja dust and the space fuel. Nope, the space fuel failed order. Execute trade, nothing to sell. What? Oh, somehow they didn't get the Maja dust. That's a problem. That's a big... damn it! Alright, fine. We'll get the Earl King to deliver your Maja dust. We have run into a bit of a minor problem, and that's Maja dust. It's basically like a nose candy for aliens. Problem is we can't find anything. We've literally bought the entire galaxy dry. There's none left. We have bought it all, and when it comes to this place over here, even, like, they still have not got enough. It seems whatever ceremony they're going to have to do is going to require a massive after party, considering they have literally drained the entire galaxy dry. They still need 2,917 Maja dust. But it's okay. We just threw money at the problem. Since we have, like, effectively infinite resources and ships everywhere and the ability to teleport, we just teleported over to Hitikva's Choice. We talked to the people there, bought all their blueprints. That gave us access to the ability to make Maja dust. Now, this stuff is illegal in all civilized spaces, pretty much. I think one or two don't care, but we decided to make it in our own territory. These green territories, they're ours. So, in sort of the new Ireland area over here, we have started building this little factory. And this is a Maja dust factory. Might as well just keep building them out. In fact, can we... You know what? If we copy that sequence... Oh, not enough space at the back, is there? Yeah, we'll have to increase the space at the back, but this is basically a stack. Let me try and get an individual one. It's very hard to nab it, but this section here, like, so basically this is two of them stacked on top of each other. So it's effectively everything inside this square is just a self-contained module of Maja dust production. And then we've just got four of them stacked together. This should produce all we need in under an hour. Actually, one module of this would complete more than all we need in an hour. But we've stuck four of them together because... well, there seems to be a shortage of Maja dust in this universe, so let's fill in that need. We should be able to provide quite a large quantity to everyone who wants it in the entire universe. Also, there's just some beautiful stuff going on right now. Okay, this just tickles me so much. This is the Void Trading Station. Its only purpose is to trade Claytronics, energy cells, and hull parts between our stations. That's it. Effectively, this little station here is pulling resources from this station over here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jumps away. So the Void is pulling resources from Avarice. Then we've got 4 places over here that are producing hull parts and Claytronics. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jumps away from the Void as well. And then we've got hull parts and Claytronics being produced over here in Heretic's End, where we're just making that Maja dust. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jumps away as well. So after pulling all the resources over to the Void, they then go 1, 2, 3 jumps. You can see this is absolute train of transport ships going back and forth. And they're dumping all of that into this wharf over here. And this wharf is doing nothing but produce ships for the Yaki. Lots and lots of Yaki ships. You can see them all there just being produced. We can't transport this stuff fast enough. This is the line of ships who are congoed up to get in here to drop off more hull parts. I think we need more docks. We might have to build more docks on this just to keep it going. In fact, is this thing finished? Each one of these docks can support 8 medium ships, so that's 8, 16... That's 32 docks. You know what? Let's add in some more, just in case. You never know if you have enough of them. And the great thing is it only requires Claytronics and hull parts and energy cells, which are all on their way here anyway. We'll slow down the building of ships for a bit, but that's fine. Currently, money-wise, it's pulled in 26 million in the last 11 minutes. 11 minutes, 26 million. And that's with the purchases. Oh my god. Okay, expensive to set up, but as you can see, it has caused some problems for the Terrans. There's more Yaki raiders, and yeah, they're basically getting themselves, like, the Yaki are getting demolished, but we don't care. They keep buying stuff, and oh my god, that's a Terran builder. 2 dead Terran builders, and oh my god, a Tokyo, a power plant. How much damage have they been doing? I suppose they've been slowly wearing them down. That's what kind of crippled the Argon now. The same things happened to the Terran, and couldn't happen to a more nicer bunch of arrogant douchebags. I think I figured out what happened to all of the original Magidust, because I checked the footage there, and we definitely had enough Magidust on the map to actually sell to this place. So either A, it didn't exist, and by the time we got to the station, it hadn't refreshed. We hadn't been there in so long that, someone had bought up the stuff. Or 2, the police came along, scanned our ship, and told us to drop it, and we did, because the default settings is if the police scan you, just drop the contraband. We don't really care. But, yeah, so in the end, we actually had to make our own Magidust. At this point, yeah, it's been a while. I had to fast forward the game quite a chunk, and this is now up and running. We've got the first module complete. The second one is well underway, and production-wise, it's not so bad. Should be producing about 4,000 Magidusts an hour. That's actually pretty small scale. We should maybe allow people to buy that now. You know what? Anyone can buy this. No restrictions. Knock yourself out. I'm not trading it, though, because if I start trading it, like, our ships will start getting harassed. It's not worth the effort. Alright, with that actually completed, that Magidust should be getting dropped off by the Earl King right now. I have changed the settings on the Earl King. If anyone tried to stop it, it would shoot them in the face. Just seemed like a simpler way to solve any problems. So, default response to police interdiction. Escape. The other option was to actually attack. Didn't quite want to do that one, just in case we annoyed people too much. But that should be it finished? Is that not it done? Yeah, you got everything you wanted. Holy 3-dimensional. Oh, come on. Seriously? Dal and Bozo. Wait, his name's Bozo? Boso. Oh, never mind. Have revealed the final stages of their plan to facilitate Paranid unification. Firstly, the stewards of the Sacrosanct Conclave demand a vast amount of construction wares and related items to embellish its interior and turn it into a palace worthy of the Pontifex. Second, Boso Ta will require scientific supplies and a substantial amount. Oh yeah, we've done all of this. I think we have to wait for the game to catch up. We'll see. The mission has updated, and now we are awaiting the next stages of the plan, which might take a little while. But I was just doing a bit of checking there, and things have changed on the world map just a scooch while we were fast-forwarding time there for a bit. This here is our Heretic's End setup. This here is our Matrix setup, just trying to give everyone their bearings. And this base down here is where we set up all of our food stockpiles. And then over here we have, where is it? In the Void, we have our little transfer station. And then on from the Void in Mars, we have our shipyard. The shipyard that feeds the Yaki. That is incredibly profitable. 20 million in 14 minutes is kind of insane. And every so often a whole bunch of that gets put into our inventory. So we literally spent $1 billion and we've made back $1 billion in the time it made us to make that Magidust. So yes, very, very profitable. However, there's something missing here, and that is the Terran shipyard. There used to be a Terran shipyard right about here somewhere, and it seems to be gone. So we can turn on Other and see where the Yaki are, and there's a few Yaki over here, and then a bunch over here. They've basically gutted this entire sector. The only thing left that's not dead is this Terran solar power plant. That's it. Everything else in this area has been destroyed. They have literally exterminated everything in this sector. Fair juice to them. Then this leads on to the asteroid belt, which is another Terran sector, and they seem to have chewed through this as well. There's a micro lattice factory left, but there used to be defensive structures and everything here. And now it's but it's gone. There's just nothing left. You can see a few of their ships still dribbling through, which means they have continued on, and this has led them on to Getsu-Fun, which is also a Terran sector, or at least it was. There's still like orbital defense platforms and build storages and all this sort of stuff here. That's probably because they're just going straight from here to here and getting out of here. You can actually see there's a couple of Yaki there. This leads onto this jump gate, which goes to the Void, I think? Yeah, the Void. Yeah, this is where our transfer station is. This is also Terran space, but actually they're fighting with the Antigans for this sector. But yeah, the Yaki, there's a massive blob of Yaki coming through right now. All of those red, sort of dull reddish, that's Yaki. All the light blue is the Terran. You're not seeing a lot of light blue around here. Lot of Yaki. Oh, and there's a Turn Osaka destroyer, a Turn Osaka destroyer, a Turn Osaka destroyer, a Turn Osaka. All dead, of course. But you got to admire their tenacity. They're still not. Oh, there's a Terran patrol destroyer Osaka. Yeah, all getting annihilated. Sorry about those blue lines. It's just it shows where our people are going. It's just the only way to bring up the red. This then jumps back to well, second contact flashpoint. This is sort of where the Terrans had got to the last day, and now it's an absolute. It's just nightmare fuel in here for my eyes. The easiest way to deal is like there's a bunch of Yaki. Oh my god! Look at all the destruction here. All of them are just murderizing each other's. There's a behemoth belonging to the Argon, or sorry, the Antigans, a Yaki fighter, Holy Order of the Paranid Ares. There's another Holy Order ship. There's like all of these carcasses just lying around the place. It's ridiculous. And look at this over here. This is the Yaki ball. This is what first alerted me to the problem. I'm like, what the hell are they doing here? Easier way to do this is just give me Yaki. So this is all the Yaki ships. There's just absolute swarms of them. So more Yaki ships over here, more Yaki ships over here. And if you follow back the trail, you can literally see them pouring all the way from Mars. They have gutted the Terrans all the way along. This has been beautiful. It's amazing. Not only that, now that they're here, they're fighting the Argon. So the Argon are fueled by, well, us, which means the Argon are going to be pouring in ships from Argon Prime. Let's check how our sales are going over here on our logical overview. How are you guys doing in sales? Wait, only 34 million in the last 55 minutes? That doesn't seem very good. What's going on here? And you did actually buy a destroyer at one point. There's buying some of the larger ships most occasionally, very occasionally. They tend to buy small and medium ships an awful lot more. You can also see there's Argon, Antigan, the Argon. So the Argon and the Antigan are just pouring that stuff in. Now all we got to do is get the Holy Order of the Paranid to stop. But this has been incredibly profitable. In fact, we're done with the profit. We don't need any more money, I don't think. I think 6 billion is sufficient. So yes, let's. I'm going to go around and just stack up a whole bunch more build commands. Like, I don't stop queuing up buildings. Everything should keep building and never stop. So even these guys here, we're on to our third layer of scrap recyclers over here, and that's on all of them. Every single one of these has started working on its third layer, except for you. Oh, you're just a little bit slow. I think you were the last one we started. Yeah, it's queued up. They just haven't quite got there. A few more buildings and they'll be on to their third layer. Production is just ridiculous. The game is crying an awful lot. There's just too many active items. Just to give you sort of a sense of just how stupendous the ship deployment has been in the background. Just to keep things functional. For example, this Void trading station over here. The one that's only purpose is to transfer hull parts, electronics, and electricity all the way over to our Mars wharf. Let's check how many subordinates this has. Under here, it has 243 subordinates. So these HER and HEs are large cargo traders. Then we've got some Kurakamis for defense, and then Demeter Sentinels. Just a whole bunch of Demeter Sentinels to trade. So this one station alone is in command of 243 ships, 239 of which are traders. That is absolutely ridiculous. That's just one station. Now, not everything is quite as mental as that one, but there's definitely, I'd say we're at least pushing 1,000 ships at least on everything. For example, even these guys over here, they need an awful lot of subordinates as well. Like this one has 99, this one has 100, this one over here is 106. So there's like 400 just between those three alone. It's just stupid. The Argon shipyard has 68, that has 18. I really wish there was somewhere I could look them all up. How do you have no subordinates? Oh, I missed the factory. It has 15. There's not as many subordinates in those because mostly they're just to do with mining and a little bit of transport. I should probably check for bottlenecks just in case. These large shipyards over here, pretty small at only 50 subordinates apiece. So yeah, game's struggling just a wee bit. It's so pretty. Like the amount of scrap that's dropping there. I need to build like a few Kurakamis just to like maybe vacuum up all that stuff. We don't even need the scrap to recycle it. We're already pulling in more scrap from our standard renewable scrap that this is actually not worth it. But maybe to speed up the game, it might be worthwhile putting a few Tatuas in here just to like vacuum all. Sorry. I'm fueling both sides of this armed conflict. So I'm providing all of the ships to the Yaki and the Argon and the Antigons, and the poor Hop, I've just united them with the other guys against them. So they've got peace on one side so they can focus all of their military might on getting murdered. Like, when I started this, I said we wanted to do piracy, but I mean, technically this is crime. I mean, maybe, no, well, it's legal crime. Our next mission was to grab some scripture for the two-eyed Paranid guy. Quick fetch quest, basically.
Wretched plan to manipulate my people has ultimately served me well. The Paranid will
I'm glad to hear
thrive
that.
and prosper as they once did. Do what you want with that turgid tome. I have no use for it.
All this effort to bring you the Paranid religious texts, you're like, no thanks, I'm good. Well, observe the holy mending? Okay, well, here's the holy vision. They're light pink. Here's the dark purple. That's the other side of the whatever you call them. The holy order of the Paranid, and there is the... No, not the alliance of the word. The god realm of the Paranid. So, the sacred relic is now part of... Oh! So they're slowly creeping along.
Docking aborted.
Wait, what did he mean? Get back to the headquarters, pronto.
I think. Yeah. That is excellent. They are now all one, united in common cause. And now we can fire them off. On our way back home, we're going to be flying through a couple of interesting sectors, namely Second Contact Flashpoint, which contains our food buffet. It has a lot going on in there. Like, there's a literal war zone. Then we'll have to pass through Argon Prime, which has a lot of construction stuff going on and a giant shipyard. So I'm kind of curious to see what this does to our frame rate. I'm imagining it's not going to be great. All right. Let's see what happens entering the war zone of food buffet. Ooh. It kind of works, but you can definitely tell there's not a lot of frames. And if I didn't have this on autopilot, I would be all over the shop right now. Okay. That should be the worst one. Oh, wow. This somehow feels almost just as bad. How? And the side, like you can see the stuff on the side is just blurred out into oblivion. Right, we might have gone a little bit too far in these sectors, but so long as we stay out of them, it should be okay. Soon, though, we're going to be coming up on a choice. You see, what I have been informed, like I originally thought that once we've united these guys, we'd get a choice to send them against their neighbour. We could pick a neighbour and fire them off at them, so just say we wanted them to attack just the Argon, or the Teladi, or the whoever. We could fire them at one of them and they would kill them. But someone has informed me we can just tell them to attack everyone, as in send them on a religious crusade to wipe out the entire universe. Which, I'm not saying I'm against it, and I'm not saying I'm for it, but I am saying that could be interesting. Like, could we literally wipe out the entire universe and just get the Paranid to rule all? Because getting the Argon to do it is turning it to be tricky. Like, we can get them to attack people, but if we could get the Paranid to do it, they could literally attack everyone. Because the Argon, okay, fine, we can send them against the Terrans, we can send them against the, some of at least the Zyarth Patriarch or the Split. But we can't turn them against the Teladi. But the Paranid, like if they can go against everyone, I think I would be very, very tempted to see what would happen if we fed them an unlimited amount of ships. But from what I understand, he got us to run off to get some religious text and then never used it. Kind of annoying. Okay, I think the ball squatter is going to explain what happened. But no? I am talking to him. Like now we've got the split connection? I don't want to do the split quest just yet. What about you? Anything you want to...
Hello there.
Well, that's great.
How's it going?
Oh, there we go. Paranid Civil War.
Scheming waste of carbon has blocked all incoming communication. I can't get through to him. Gah! Well, go and enjoy your unified Paranid empire. I'll stay here and try and wrap my head around what in Haktikva's name just happened.
Okay. Sounds good to me. They're completely unified. And I believe at some point in the future, we'll be able to fire them off at someone. In the meantime, it's time to hook up the Boron. I really want to get the Boron in on this. So, yeah, I've been advised that if we can get the Boron in, they'll ally with the Argon. And since they're with the Argon, they'll go against the Terran. Though I should probably turn off, now that the Paranid are out of the picture, I think we should probably turn off the Yaki spawns. Just the sea of corpses. Oh my god. That is insane. Just think of the amount of profit we're making from all of this. Just from all the sold ships, we're basically funding, well, not funding, we're providing both sides with the weapons, and they are paying us extraordinary amounts of money to do all of this. It's a pity to turn it off, but now that the Terrans have been mostly gutted all the way through Mars, yeah, this is pretty much gone. They're still killing whatever that is over there. What are you guys fighting? There's nothing to kill over there. You're good. This sector has been mostly cleared out as... Wow. You can just see the field of ships around there that died trying to attack that. Hopefully they did enough damage. Yeah, I think we can turn them off, and that should let the Antigans and the Argon push back in. These defensive platforms might be a problem. It's okay. We can give it a bit of time. Getsufun... Yeah, so long as they can push back all the way to the void, maybe even further if possible, I would be happy with that. So I'm afraid, I'm sorry, Yaki, you have been incredible. Like, I think using the Yaki that way, they're... One second. We're just going to switch this over to Argon and Antigan Republic now. So now the Argon and the Antigans can spawn here. That should mess up our enemies just a little bit even more. People appearing behind the lines. Oh god, I just realized something. We did the quest for the Terrans to discover the Yaki. So they were worried about the Yaki, and they're like, hey, could you go undercover, check out how the Yaki are doing, tell us if they're a threat? And I told them, the Yaki are not a threat, you're perfectly safe, don't worry about them. And then built a shipyard in the middle of their space to build the Yaki in. Oh, I may be a bad person. Actually, do they still like us? They should still love us. Yeah, the game hasn't, like... Okay, if I was the Terran protectorate, I'd be like, hey, that guy told us the Yaki are not a problem, then built a shipyard in our sectors and started spawning them. I think he's not on our side. They don't seem to have figured that out yet, though. Good for us, good for us. Let's go sort out the Boron, though. Hopefully this mission is a lot faster. Long story short, we went through the gate that had opened up, and then after it opened up, we found a bunch of Boron that had been disconnected from the main Boron hive, shoal of fish, whatever you want to call them. They also had a dead gate in their area that should lead to the main Boron homeworld, but they had been struggling with very low resources, and they were trapped with the CAC, and the CAC were basically going to kill them if they got out of control, because they didn't have a lot of resources, they couldn't afford a lot of military, so they didn't do anything to instigate anything. So we rocked up, and we're like, you know, everything's cool, everything's smooth, we got this. So we just went up, scanned the gate, did our thing, some of the CAC attacked us, we murdered a lot of them. Something to be said for having a medium-class ship with lasers to deal with this. Once I've switched to using lasers for killing the CAC, it's just pretty much everything. Small and medium ships, you can just melt them down. A little bit harder to kill the mediums, but not missing at all. Oh, so much handier. Anyway, we popped all of those, and then that opened the gate and got us into Boron space. And we got to have a word with the Queen. I really thought her fish tank was going to be bigger. Pretty sure I've done this before, and I remember her fish tank being bigger, but whatever. So we chatted to the Queen. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, I can't see a way to make them ally with the Argon, but someone else went off to do that. Whatever. Turns out Queenie here has a bunch of missions for us. Just like lots of little minor weird ones. For example, if we just go into the briefings on these. Go to the Hitikvik guys, drop them off 3 ships. The Paranid one seems to be done already. Kamen Terran Waters appears to be go find a sample of water at a bar. Then we've got the Riptides guys. They want to deliver 2,200 water units. It's pretty easy. And then build an outpost in Talati space. All this stuff, not too bad. And why do I have an incoming call I can't see? Hello? Namankarat. Ah, damn it. I'll deal with him in a minute. My understanding is at some point this guy's going to give us a mission to go back and annoy the Paranid. And at that point we should be able to send them on their way. Now the question is, if we can send them after everyone, do we do it? That would mean supporting them to take over the universe. Would be a little bit tricky. We'd be giving up on doing the whole terraforming thing because there's no point terraforming for the other factions if we're going to wipe them all out. I think they could do it. They've got like a good position. They've only got they've only got 3 entrance and exit points, which means they should be able to force their way out. And over here, it's all neutral territory. So Their only real combat thing would be against the Teladi. Oh, actually, yeah, there's a little bit of a connection over here. I think they got this, and if we just feed them all of our shipyards, they should be able to just murderize their way across the universe. You know what? We'll worry about that tomorrow. The game, I had to restart it because it started crashing out a bit. It seems it doesn't like running for too long anymore. Probably something to do with all the ships. Anyway, I'm going to cut this out here. Next up, it should hopefully be a nice little war setup. We'll see. Oh, the other option is we could send the Paranid off after a faction specific. Like, we could tell them to go wipe out the Teladi or something like that. Otherwise, I don't think we can get anyone to go to war with the Teladi. No one hates them enough. Actually, I wonder if the Paranid... You know what? Worry about it later. Anyway, I'm going to cut this out here. I hope you enjoyed. Good luck.
Hello there. Ah, yes, my beloved Bofu. Indeed you did. Oh, Her Delightful Majesty. Yes, well, not quite the Queen. I may have hijacked your mission communications a tad, just to imbue this delivery with some alacrity. However, the Bofu shipment is very much appreciated. Incidentally, your biosignature indicates somewhat elevated stress levels. Fret not. I shall assist you by extricating my intervention from your mission communications. Indeed, I see you are behind on a number of very important royal duties.